Hey, welcome back to another episode of Collector's Corner, and I'm your host, Corey Smith, and I want to thank you for stopping by again today. My longtime viewers, thanks for coming back around. My first-time viewers, if you want to see more of this crazy-ass show, I'm going to need you to hit that subscribe button, maybe a like or two as well, so you get all them good updates.
What are you waiting for? Go on.
We are back for episode 28. Oh my God, so many episodes to go back and watch if you're into seeing me ramble on about my collection, but we're coming back today with Cassette Tapes Part 2.
Without the tape, they had nothing.
My God, I used to collect cassette tapes so much back in the day, and recently have gotten my love of cassette tapes has returned, and I've been collecting more, getting that collection built back up from when I was a kid. But I'm going to break out 5 more of my favorite cassette tapes from the collection, and I'm going to show them off. We're going to take a look, and it's going to be good time. But here we go. Here we go. We got 5 more cassettes to show. Yeah, here we go. Let's count them down, baby. Coming up first today, we got the Stand By Me soundtrack.
You guys want to go see a dead body?
This movie, 1986, Stand By Me, one of my all-time favorite movies. I was 9 years old when this movie came out. Wow, it was right in my wheelhouse. I mean, I watched this thing so many times, and this soundtrack just really, it worked its way into my brain, worked its way into my music collection, so you know I had to get it. And I'll tell you what, man, this has got some great golden oldies on it, because, yeah, this movie was supposed to take place in the 50s, and this has got all that great, like, 50s sock hop kind of music going on in it. If you're not familiar with the movie, you got 4 boys out on an adventure looking for a dead body on the railroad tracks, and they just doing their thing, coming of age, growing up. But you got Every Day by Buddy Holly. You got Lollipop, Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back. You got the Great Balls of Fire. You've got, so many good songs. Let the Good Times Roll, Come Go With Me, Whispering Bells, Get a Job, get a job. Yeah, and then of course, title track, Stand By Me, Ben E. King, not Benny King. We talking about Ben E. King. Don't get it wrong. You put some respect on his name, boy. Woo! Anyway, great movie. Love the movie, of course. So then that just naturally, I watched it so many times back in the day. The soundtrack just kind of became part of my collection. And here we go. Still got it going on right now. Stand by me. But stand by. Oh, like that segue. But stand by for the next tape. And the next tape, boy, let me tell you what, that thing is cheesy. But you know what? I can get down with some cheese. I don't care if it's goofy movies, silly songs. I like to have a good time. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. And so did this artist. Boy, people gonna get a laugh when you see this bad boy in my collection. Oh, yeah, we talking about Gerardo.
Rico.
Oh, more Ritmo. Hey, man, this is the Latin lover. But his big song, of course, Rico. Nane, nane, nane. Suave. Oh, my God, that song was huge when this tape came out, when this album came out. But, yeah, you got Gerardo, blah, 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 whatever his last name is. I don't even know. Was an actor first. Showed up in Can't Buy Me Love as one of the kids in the high school there, and he was into that sort of like 80s teen comedy kind of stuff there for a minute, but apparently he had them rap skills going down, and so rap was huge when this album came out, and so rap was at its like top of the game big time, and so he's like, hey man, we got some room for some Latin rap. I'm a Latin lover, and so he came out with Rico, es suave, dirty, Latin rapper Kind of just fun songs, goofy, silly. What you got on here? You got brother to brother, doo 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 doo. It's all got a nice Latin sort of mamba feel kind of thing. You got the we want the funky. Did a cover of the Parliament Funkadelic, and then the groove remains the same. More Ritmo. Yeah. So anyway, talking about the clear tape right there. We got the big old fat liner notes. Let's break them out. Let's see. Oh, there we got all the lyrics, because rap, he's spitting out a lot of rhymes here. You ain't no way you're gonna keep up unless you got some lyrics to go. There he is right there with the shirt off and the bandana going, hey ladies, your Latin lover is here, baby, Latin for life. Yeah, Gerardo, hey rico suave. Yeah, so anyway, just fun, just goofy, kind of silly. I'm not the biggest rap fan in the world. And when I do get into rap, I kind of prefer the goofy kind of rap. I like the Fat Boys. I like Gerardo. I like all that kind of stuff. I like Tone Loc. I kind of like songs that, put me in a good mood, get me pumped up. So there you go. That's a little bit of Gerardo. So anyway, we're moving on to number 3. Oh, number 3, baby. Twisted Sister, come out and play. I wanna rock. Woo, we got Twisted Sister's 1985 album, Come Out and Play. You got a sort of a spin on the Warriors, great late 70s action movie, The Warriors. And there's a famous scene in there where one of the bad guys is clinking together some bottles and he's going, Warriors come out to play. And so they lift that from this, except the tape starts off with Twisted Sister come out to play. And you got this cool artwork, like there's the manhole cover with the Twisted Sister logo. And so what you get the title track, of course. Come out and play. Come out and play. Yeah. Come out and play. Come out and play. If you're not familiar with Twisted Sister, it's 80s, sort of hair metal, hard rock. Man, I just don't know. I just love this album. It came out, and it just, went right into my brain. Earwormed. It was way up in there, and I still love this album. Still play it today. So, of course, yeah, you got the title track, Come Out and Play, but then you follow up with the second track of the album, and that's a cover of the old Golden Oldies song. Don't even know who it's by. I'd have to look it up. Leader of the pack. Down, leader of the pack. Yeah, so anyway, Twisted Sister, they were into riding motorcycles. They were like, their own little biker gang. And so that song just fit perfectly. The song's all about riding a motorcycle and getting crazy and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, let's break it out here. You got the white tape. Pow, pow, pow. Yeah. Side 2. Be true to your school, cause you may never get another. And that song featured guest vocals by the man Alice Cooper himself. Showed up in the music video. My favorite special effects artist, Tom Savini, did all the zombie effects in that music video. Great stuff. Be cruel to your school. Fun ass song. Boom. Got the little thin liner notes. They didn't really pack the liner notes back in the mid to late 80s. That kind of came on more into the early 90s where they just have these big ass thick liner notes, with everything going on in their pictures and the whole deal. Get the magnifying glass out if you want to follow along with some Twisted Sister lyrics right there. And if you want to read their thank yous and their shout outs or whatever, good Lord, you better get the microscope. Because that shit is too small. But they just squeezed it on there with what little paper they had. They weren't going to spend a ton of money. Shit. That's Twisted Sister. Come out and play. Be cruel to your school. So many good songs on there. Love the artwork. All the hot pink and black. That was their jam. That's how they rolled. Dee Snider on lead vocals with the big fuzzy blonde hair. Man, that was some good, hair, heavy metal stuff from the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, we got another 80s soundtrack. Ooh-wee, baby! Man, the 80s soundtracks were great, dude. Those things, they used to stack those songs up good. And then there would be songs that were made for the movie, then they would be released as a hit single. And this soundtrack is one of the best. We talking about Beverly Hills Cop 1984.
How you doing?
You've got of course, the big song, the Axel F instrumental. Oh man, yeah, Harold Faltermeyer, the Axel F soundtrack. That dude did a bunch of 80s sort of synthy, instrumental score kind of stuff. Did the main song for Fletch as well. But yeah, that's just like the instrumental score that kind of runs through the movie while he's sneaking around doing his thing. Boop-a-dee-doo. And so, but yeah, you had some big songs on here. You got Patti LaBelle's I Got a New Attitude. Powerful female vocals on here. I mean, because you got Patti LaBelle's You Got to Stir It Up. Boop-a-doo. Stir it up. Oh man, so much good stuff on here. But then you got probably the biggest thing. You got Pointer Sisters, Do the Neutron Dance. God, there's so many good songs on here. Woo wee. But then the big one, The Heat Is On. Glenn Frey. Anyway, towards the beginning of the movie, there's a crazy ass chase scene with the big 18-wheeler and cops and everything's going crazy, and Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy's in the back of the truck getting thrown around, and that's The Heat Is On, The Heat Is On. That song blew up by itself, just huge. Anyway, so great comedy, action comedy, police sort of action adventure comedy. Woo-wee! That Eddie Murphy can make you laugh. You got the got the vanilla cream beige tape there. Still haven't really figured out why some companies chose white and some companies chose beige. I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up. But until then, comment below if you know the answer. With just the list of the tracks on there. But yeah, talk about a fun soundtrack. Talk about something to get you kicking, get you moving, get you grooving. Woo, that's Beverly Hills Cop right there. That thing is great. Great movie, great soundtrack. The producers knew what was up. They were going to make this soundtrack a hit. And it is, in my brain, it's a big old hit. So you need to see if it's a big old hit in your brain too. Boom! But the last tape, we're here to the last tape. We're here to the last tape again. And the last tape is, mentioned him earlier in the Twisted Sister album, it's Alice Cooper.
I love the dead before they rise.
Oh yeah. We talking about his 1986 comeback album, Constrictor. Oh man, he had a huge career in the early 70s. So many great songs. School's Out, No More Mr. Nice Guy, all these great big hits, 18, all that stuff. But then by the late 70s, early 80s, woo-wee, he was all kinds of fucked up. He was into drugs and alcohol and just crazy. Had to go into a mental institution for a while. In and out of rehab for years and years and years. Everybody was like, oh yeah, Alice Cooper, he's going to overdose. He's going to kill himself, He's going to drink himself to death. But then boom. Got himself clean, got himself sober, and then came out 86. He'd been off the radar for a few years. Pow! Came out with Constrictor, and man, this is one of my all-time favorite albums, all-time favorite tapes right here. Alice Cooper's Constrictor. Look at the man right there. He's crazy. He got the big old boa constrictor, and it's choking him in his mouth and stuff. For the Alice Cooper fans, this was an exciting moment that he'd come back, updated the band. He brought in a new backing band, more metal 80s to fit that more metal 80s sort of Ozzy Osbourne kind of sound. But yeah, you had songs like the lead-off single, I'm a Teenage Frankenstein, Thrill My Gorilla, Life and Death of the Party, The World Needs Goods, But talking about soundtracks, we just did 2 soundtracks, Stand By Me, Beverly Hills Cop, and I'm telling you, man, mid-80s, artists were all about getting songs on soundtracks, recording songs to put on soundtracks, because that was some good exposure. That was some good shit to have on your resume. It's like another way for people to hear your tracks, and then they may come back and buy your albums. And so the last track on this was a song used in Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives, and it's got the song, He's Back, the man behind the mask. And so it's all about Jason coming back to life, starting to kill those pesky teenagers again at Camp Crystal Lake. There was all kinds of stuff. He showed up in an episode or an issue of Fangoria around the same time. God damn, I can't spit these words out fast enough. Woo! I'm stumbling all over. So, Alice Cooper, Constrictor, great comeback album, one of my favorite albums. Man, he put on such a good show with the beheadings and the hangings and zombies and Frankensteins and monsters and all this kind of shit coming out on stage at different times. Oh, yeah. You know, and I love my horror movies. I love my horror stuff, so Alice Cooper just fit that bill perfectly. But you know what time it is? It's time to close up shop on this mug. I done rambled on long enough, done talked about 5 more great cassette tapes from my collection, and I want to thank you for sticking around, for listening to me spit out a bunch of nonsense, and let's do it again next week if you don't mind, because I'll be here. Let's make it a collector's party. But until then, I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Woo!